Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you today? Today is another episode of Relax and Raunchy Relationship Podcast with me, Ingrid Galloway, and accompanied with my beautiful guest. Her name is Daniella Murphy. She is a mom of two little girls, a wife of one husband, I'm guessing, owner of two businesses, DC Bookkeeping and Boss Mummas. She started her bookkeeping business since 2017 because she didn't want to go back to working as an employee after her maternity leave. And she wanted that flexibility of being a stay at home mom. Then in June this year, she started a Facebook group called Boss Mummas, not intentionally thinking it would become a business so quickly. It's amazing. It's such an amazing Facebook group, this Boss Mummas. So if you're not in it yet, check it out. And in 3 months, they have over 4,800 members. I'm sure by now it'll be more. Created a bookkeeping course for moms in business to understand their numbers, and will be launching their first Boss Mummas digital Christmas magazine to showcase and support moms in business around Australia. What an amazing achievement within a short time of frame. So welcome, Daniela.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to share my why. And also, hi, Ingrid. I just want to, of course, just introduce you as well, because, there may be people here that don't know you within my circle as well. So Ingrid Galloway, you're the founder, the relationship coach, and a chief relaxation officer at, I'm going to hopefully say this correctly, Kahyangan, and yay, of course, which means heaven. She has been an amazing relationship coach for 12 years and a spa therapist for 22 years. She practices from Kahyangan in Sydney and from her clients' homes, offices, hotel rooms, online, and of course, retreat locations. Her work has always focused on stress relaxation and relationships, and always ready to look after loving and, of course, not so loving couples, broken and lonely hearted singles, and of course does one-on-one coaching sessions, women's circle, group online couple massage lessons, and retreats. So your business is just amazing. And of course, we've done our little podcast, little interview, when I first started Boss Mummas as well. So it was so amazing back then to really get to know you as well. So
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Now, first question. I always start with, what is your why? Always curious to find out my guest why.
With my why, I am always very, mine is, of course, being a mum in business, with now two businesses, which of course wasn't intentional, but just to be able to support my family financially. I always, I didn't, as you mentioned, I didn't really want to go back to work full time, that anxiety kicking in. And I just wanted to be able to be that stay at home mum, and to be able to provide, but, provide for my family as well, because I think it's so important to be able to show your children that you can be successful in both being a mum as well as being, in business as well. So that's definitely my why. And of course, now with Boss Mummas, showing that, that other mums, it can be lonely being, mum in business, and, being in these four walls. So having that tribe around you really can help you grow and, be a successful mum in business as well. So that's definitely my why.
Amazing. So by having the second business, now your purpose become wider.
It has.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So and can I, can I ask also your why as well, and why you do what your amazing business?
Lovely. Yes. Well, I came to Indonesia, to Australia by the tender age of 21 to get married to my first husband. Unfortunately, after 10 years of marriage, I left because it was an abusive relationship. And in my self-healing journey, I went back to seeing a couple of therapists, and went to self-development seminars, and went back to college as well to study counseling and life coaching. And straight away, I knew that I would be a coach, not a counselor, and my niche would be in relationship. Because, with the 10-year painful sort of like journey with the first marriage, I developed juicy stuff like anxiety, depression, like high level of stress. So then I feel very compassionate and passionate to help others in similar sort of predicament. So if I can strengthen someone's relationship or help them with the journey with raising mental health awareness, so you don't have to, judge yourself heavily. If you have something like this, then you can really live the life that you want. You can get out of your victim sort of mode. I was a victim, not anymore, and I love to inspire and empower others to live their best life.
That's
So
it.
that's my why.
It's amazing. So fabulous. And
Yeah.
it's so, especially mums as well, we forget sometimes that, don't we? So we always put ourselves last. So
That's right. Yes. And my next question is, can you give us an understanding on how important it is to know your numbers? Because to be honest, I am not a fan. I am a very good therapist, but numbers are like, I have shivers down my spine. And share with us 3 tips on the easiest ways to deal with your numbers when you're not a fan.
Yeah, definitely. So, as being a certified bookkeeper, so that of course is my first business. I've been a certified bookkeeper for over 10 years now. And bookkeeping, a little secret, bookkeeping isn't hard. It's all about organization. And, to understand your numbers, the main thing is really to budget as well. I think if you don't know your ins and outs, of course, the money coming in and the money going out, you're never going to be able to, of course, grow your business because, if you want to get a new laptop, how are you going to know that you can afford that? Because you're not going, you don't check a P&L report, which is a profit and loss report, checking that and actually seeing that, yes, the money that is coming in, to also, another tip is putting aside money for GST and tax purposes as well. So I always recommend with anyone, if they've just started their business or if they've been in business for, 20 years, to at least have 2 business accounts, at least. Of course, one for the money, the sales and everything that's coming in. I also have another account, which is a bills account. So what I also do is I work out what my fortnightly bills money is each fortnight. And I just take an average. So I kind of know what my average telephone bill is, my insurance, everything like that, all my subscriptions. I've listed everything out in a spreadsheet. I know exactly how much that is, and I put that money aside into a bills account. And then within my bills account, I get it direct debited out. So all my bills get direct debited out of that account. I don't have to worry about paying a bill then, because it's already in that account. And we do that personally in our personal accounts as well. We've got a bills account and all of our like direct debits and everything for our rates and all of that gets taken out of that account. And then also, making sure that 10% of each sale, if you are registered for GST, goes into account and a tax account as well. So then when it comes to financial year, you can then, you've got the money there because technically it's not your money, especially where you are registered for GST. And another tip is to, in regards to GST, to also make sure that if you don't, the threshold is $75,000 or more. So if you don't believe that you're going to make $75,000 more, especially in that first financial year, then definitely don't register for GST, because as soon as you register, you need to pay for GST. It doesn't matter if you're going to reach that threshold or not. Wow. So that's definitely another importance, because a lot of people think when they start a business that they need to register for GST, and it will kind of go, oh, well, if I don't reach 75,000, then, I don't have to pay GST, but as soon as you register, you've got to. It's what the ATO are all about. So,
Right. So you
yeah.
need to know your gross income first, whether it's going to go past 75K or not. If not,
Yeah.
then just don't worry about registering GST.
So I always recommend looking at your profit and loss or your, any other reports within your business every quarter. And
Right.
you can kind of then work out, that if you may, in regards to say those 3 months, if you, if you times that, is that then going to reach, over that threshold? So that's, and also having accounting software. That's another big thing, accounting software really simplifies everything, and you can actually automate a lot of your stuff, especially within Xero. It's very user friendly. So if you actually automate everything, sending out overdue invoices and everything like that, you could do that while you're in your sleep. You just get Xero to do it. You just press an on button really and go, yeah, okay, this is what I want. I want it 7 days, overdue, for them to then get another reminder invoice and things like that. And yeah, if you really automate a lot of things within your bookkeeping, it's just going to, and it's going to save you money when it comes to tax time, because your accountant is going to be, of course, spending less time because you're the one who's done most of the grunt work. So
yes, and I particularly love the tip to direct debit your bill. So it's not like, oh my God, how am I going to pay this bill this month and that bill that month, because everything is already taken care of.
Exactly.
So less stress.
Exactly. So like, if you've got, your telephone bill comes out, once a month, of course.
Yeah.
So, you divide that by 4, and, it's, maybe only $20 a week that you just need to put into your bills account.
Yeah.
And then you just get it direct debited out when that bill is due. So yeah, it's a lot less stress on you, and just makes things, and sometimes you go, oh yeah, have I paid that? And you just quickly look on your account, you're like, oh yeah, that's all done, perfect, so you don't miss $20 a week. But especially when it comes to land rates and all of that, you miss $1,800 or $2,000 or whatever, those big bills are. But if you actually break them down, you don't miss little amounts. So
yes, it's better for the cash flow.
Absolutely, it is definitely better for your cash flow. Yeah, especially when you're starting out. So
thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. Very good points there, viewers. Yes.
So I'd love to also know your 3 tips with yes.
Yeah, lovely. Well, because I give different tips different weeks. Today, because you are the boss of Boss Mummas, I would love to give encouragement for a new boss mama starting in her business journey. So I will say, number 1, know your purpose and passion. So then you can channel your focus and energy into that thing, that one thing. I mean, I've been a spa therapist for 22 years and a relationship coach for 12 years, and I absolutely love it. I feel so blessed to be able to do what I love, and I can see myself doing it until the day I am physically unable to. All right, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is ask for support. For example, find the right business coach or mentor, accountant, bookkeeper, right? And VA, for example. My VA is my lifesaver, my virtual assistant. She reminds me daily what I need to post on this group, on that group, because I adopt, the organic Facebook approach. So I can be more focused, more consistent, and others are aware that I exist because, well, I wear a lot of hats. As a small business owner, I am the social media person, I am the therapist, and I am the so many other things as well. So it's good to have a reminder, and my VA is my support system. Number 3, embrace your fear and consistency. I haven't always been confident in my presentation, and fear of public speaking is one of that many can relate to. Speaking in public, people have shivers about that. And I learned how to present from one of my old mentors. It takes me years, to practice to be confident. I used to do 40 seconds pitch weekly and 10 minutes presentation quarterly in a business networking group for a few years, and then in another group fortnightly. So now I do podcasts weekly. I have fun with other business owners because I have gained that confidence speaking in public. The key for me is to have fun. I embrace marketing my own business, which previously didn't come natural to me. Previously, I was the biggest supporter of other people's businesses, and other people just don't know what my business is. And my business mentor said that the best head of marketing is the business owner, right? And one of the business networking group leaders said that I was the one and only presenter ever to tell people to have sex on her presentation. I couldn't help myself, right? I love creating the presentations that are engaging and fun, but you just wouldn't believe that I said I simply fear public speaking back then, but I'm learning. So mamas, you can do it. Like, I'm cheering you on.
I love it.
Those are my 3 tips. Now, people, we are on to the fun part of the podcast. Well, hopefully you've been having a lot of fun along the way anyway. And it's true and false statements. So Daniella sent me true and false statements. Number 1, my husband and I got engaged after 9 months of dating. Number 2, my husband and I got engaged after 5 months of dating. Oh, I love you and your husband simply because you know what you want. So I am going to guess number 2 is correct. You got engaged after 5 months of dating. Is that all right?
No, it's actually 9 months.
Right. So tell me, what's the funny story behind it?
So it's we of course met on Valentine's Day, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, and at a pub, and of course, that was in February, and yeah, he popped the question actually on Christmas Eve. So we had always spoken about, I always wanted a Thermomix. And there was this massive box underneath the Christmas tree. And with my family, we were never allowed to open Christmases, like a lot of Christmas presents until Christmas Day, like in the afternoon. Yeah. And of course, Christmas Eve comes and he said to me a couple of weeks, prior, he goes, okay, let's go to a really fancy restaurant. And in Perth, we've got a restaurant called the Sea Restaurant. Not sure if you heard about it, but it's in one of the big towers and it's a revolving restaurant. So it slowly moves around and you can kind of then see like the whole city and the ocean and everything. Yeah. And you don't feel like you're moving, but then all of a sudden, you look back and you're like, oh, hey, I am,
somewhere else.
Somewhere else. And so he's like, it's our first Christmas together. So let's, get your hair done, choose a dress and we'll go for a lovely romantic dinner. I was like, oh yeah, didn't think anything of it. Yeah. Then, of course, all ready. And he goes to me, okay, you can open your present. It was about 4:00 in the afternoon on Christmas Eve. I went, I'm not opening my present. I don't open my present until like Christmas Day. Yeah. He's like, no, I need you to open the present. Okay, all right. So I'm like arguing with him because I'm like, no, I don't open presents, Opened it up and there was a box of tissues and it said, keep these handy. And I'm like, okay. And we have like, because it was a really heavy box and we have a joke about bricks.
Yeah.
So it was really heavy. And so I opened up, and then there was these 2 bricks wrapped up in Christmas paper. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Then underneath the bricks, there was another box and I opened it up and there was 2 homemade Christmas crackers. Right. One was a love note. The other one, of course, the engagement ring was in it. And as I popped the second one, cracker, of course, he got down on one knee. And of course, nearly 10 years later, I still haven't got my Thermomix, have I?
So romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic. So I love this kind of stories. Oh, so good on you, husband.
But yeah, so 9 months. Of course we were engaged. So
wonderful, lovely, yay.
So your true and false. So Ingrid's clients stopped their coaching session earlier, or Ingrid's brother stopped their coaching session earlier. I'm going to go with number 2.
Yeah. So you think number 2 is correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you are incorrect.
Oh, no.
The reason being why is I am the only child. So I don't even have a brother. And the funny story behind it. So the true statement is, yes, my clients actually stopped their coaching session earlier. So with couples, I teach with one-on-one coaching, I teach couples how to massage each other for relaxation and intimacy. So massage lessons, so 3 massage lessons along with the couples coaching as well. So after the third one, well, the first one is for relaxation. So either the husband or the wife massaging one person. And the second time we swap, for relaxation. And then the third one is for the intimate massage lesson. And then after we finish, get changed. And this is through Zoom, by the way, because it was lockdown time. So it's through Zoom. And the husband said, oh, yes, Ingrid, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. And then I just kept talking a little bit. And then I think we're good right now, we just want to practice what you are teaching us.
Practice.
That it clicked in my mind that, actually, they want to stop now. So Ingrid, shut up and let them continue on with their business, without me being present. Okay, got it. Shut up.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
There you go. I just love bringing sparks back into relationships. So in their case, definitely the one.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes you just need to know when to shut up.
Oh, when you're in the mood, you're in the mood.
Oh, when you're in the mood, you're in the mood. So good on your clients. Yay. I'm all here for it.
Oh, I love it.
So last question, Daniella. What do you do to either relax or add raunchiness into your relationship?
Oh, well, I think if I might have to not talk about it, but I think, with the raunchiness side of things, I think definitely, kind of spruce things up and have, some little, outfits or, corsets or something like that. And I think also spontaneous is another thing as well. It's kind of scheduled or kind of, looking at your clock is sometimes a bit,
Oh, that's very sexy, baby. Yeah, what time is it now?
Yeah, exactly. But, especially with kids as well, it's kind of like, crap, they're in bed, let's go. Like, do you know what I mean? Because you never know, especially, like, you never know when they're going to wake up.
Oh, absolutely.
And, we've got a young family. So it's kind of like, that's just, we don't know when the next time is coming. So let's kind of go for it.
Oh, yes. Like when the couple's trying to get pregnant, and then there's like, oh yeah, this is the time of ovulation. Let's just do it now. Like, you gotta do it now.
See, we were never that couple because, like, my husband was always like, I don't want that pressure on him. Like, he said he didn't want that pressure on himself. Like, so he was just always like, no, we're just never going to even talk about that or anything. So yeah, but it's quite fun, isn't it? But
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. So there you go, beautiful people. It's the end of our podcast together. I hope you enjoyed and have plenty of fun with us. And if you like this podcast, just go to my YouTube channel, like and subscribe, Ingrid Galloway. And Daniella, if people would like to ask more questions and connect with you, how can they do that?
So they can email me. So of course I've got a few emails. Admin at dc-bookkeeping.com.au for, of course, the bookkeeping side of things. So DC Bookkeeping is my Facebook page. Or, if they want to be a part of our Boss Mummas group, because we've now hit 5,000 members. So yesterday, yeah. High five. So, and that's at hello@bossmummas.com.au, and the website for that will be launching in a couple of weeks with the magazine. So it'll be launching on the same day. So
amazing. That's great news. I'm very happy for you. And people, if you would like to get some relationship tips or ask questions about your relationship issues, you can definitely connect with me. Ask for a free chat for half an hour through my website. So that's www.kahyangan.com.au. In fact, the spelling is right over here. Because I know my business name pronunciation can be a bit tricky. So there you go. You can't get it wrong there. So yeah, you can request for a half an hour free chat with me. Not a problem at all. So there you go, beautiful people. I hope you enjoyed this. And next week we will have another beautiful guest talking about all things life and relationship and, funny stories. And I hope we see you again next time. Take care and lots of love. Bye.
bye.